Hello, welcome to some fly tying. Today I'm gonna tie a Pikefly. It's an articulated Pikefly. And the stinger hook I'm using is a hook from Arex. This one. It's an XO774. It's an universal curved. It's size 1/0. And for the front hook, I'm using this bigger hook. It's a hook from Partridge. It's called Bad Boy Predator. It's a size 6/0. And I'm gonna use some of this filling between the materials I'm tying in. I'm using this Pikefly. This extremely good flash. This is gold and black, and I'm gonna use black and yellow bobtail and some black craft fur and some eyes and some wire and some beds, stuff like that. Nothing particular. So let's get started with the tying. Just gonna find my scissors. I'm a bit plastered up today. I drilled a hole in my finger when I was working in my workshop, so don't do that. Like this, just before the tip of the hook. Then I'm gonna take some sunburst yellow bobtail from the tip of the tail. Just take a good wrap. Drag out the loose fibers. We don't need that. Any stray fibers. Like that. And just take this small bundle of bobtail and tie it in all around the hook. Couple of loose turns. Just checking this if it's okay. Just twist the thread a bit. One turn a bit tighter. And I'm just gonna take my doubling needle and spread out the bobtail underneath, so like that, and just tie it in. Good tight turns here. So like that, and just cut off in an angle. So, and just tie this down. So, and we're gonna use the magic glue. So, and then we're gonna tie in this string. And we're just gonna wrap it around here. Like that, and just tie it off. So, cut off this string. And then we're going to take some more yellow bucktail. And again we're going to take off the bad fibers and the short fibers. You can actually see it here. We don't need those. That was just a bit too little. Just take some more. It's a little hard with this tape and shit on your finger. So it's not the easiest way to tie flies, but I'll manage. Something like that. And you're gonna tie it just a bit shorter than the first bundle. And again, spread it around the hook shank. Couple of loose turns, just checking the materials all around the hook shank, and tighten it up. So like that, and cut off this excess material. Just as close as you can to the tying point. And we're gonna need some super glue, this magic glue. Like that. And then we're gonna take some flash. I'll take some gold black flash. Let's see if I got some. I've misplaced my golden flash. Let's see. beautiful flash here. It's a little mix. I just pull out these chartreuse colors. I don't need that. So something like that. That'll do. And fold it back. So, like that. So I'm gonna take some take this here for it to actually no, just take this Icelandic sheep. I'm just gonna comb this a bit. Find a nice bundle here. There's a lot of under fur here, so just comb it out. As you can see, there's a lot of extremely long fibers in this Icelandic sheep, so what I'll do, I'll just take and drag out the long fibers from this. Like that. Just put them away. I don't need those. I got this nice little bundle. And what I'll do, I'll make a change of thread. I can see just ran out of thread. I'll just change this just a minute. I was expecting that, but I was hoping I could finish up the first part of the fly, but that wasn't the fact. So we're just gonna tie in a new thread here and cut off the old one, and we're gonna make a dubbing loop here. So like that, take my dubbing twister, and then I'm gonna take my Icelandic sheep and put it in the dubbing loop here. spread it out. Good. And I want to taper this, so I wanted to start with some long fibers and then going shorter and shorter and shorter, so it'll form some kind of a little head. And then I'm gonna take my long scissors here, and then I'm gonna cut off all the stems on one side, not the tip of this materials, but the end of the materials. And then I'm gonna just gonna twist this nice and good, and then I'm gonna brush it out. I'm gonna take my chopping brush here. It's a little bit easier. It can take some time, but let's see if I can get rid of this flash. Just comb it good, and I have to get all the way into the tying thread. We don't need this bundle of materials like a small sausage. Just have to comb this out. So, like that. And then I'm gonna take my dubbing clamp, and then we're just gonna finish up the first part of the fly. See if we have any more space. I think that will do. And I'm just gonna drag the fibers back here, like that. So I'm only gonna tie in. I'm gonna finish up on the thread, on the dubbing loop, not the materials. Whoopsie. Like that. Then we're gonna take our web finisher. Put it tight and firmly, and cut off the thread. And then we're gonna brush out this Icelandic sheep. So, like that. And then the first part of the fly is finished. The next I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my wire here, put my wire through the hook eye, and then I'm gonna take my two beads. First a larger bead, and then a smaller bead, like that. And then I'm gonna remove this from the vise, and I'm gonna bring up the next hook. That was a 6.0. It's a little bigger, so I have to open the wires a little bit here. So like that. And then we're gonna put on a good thread base. We're just gonna cover the hook in magic glue. It's just a quick glue. It's Sabagap or whatever glue you're using, Pikefly or so, like this. And then we're gonna bring up the wire, just measure out how long it should be. About an inch or so will fit it. Just take one of those. I've got so much glue on this, so take one at a time. Don't want to glue myself to the hook. Like that. And then we're just gonna take some good wraps up here. And then we're gonna fold this two ends back. See if we can catch it. And then just tie it in firmly. It won't go anywhere, I'll tell you. This is gonna hold almost a shark. And one tight turn on the whoopsie doopsie. That's a sharp edge. And we're just gonna have one tight turn under the wire. Like that. And then we're gonna bring this on up here, and then we're gonna take some more yellow bucktail to cover this gap between the two hooks. And again, we come in and remove all the bad fibers. And we're just gonna bring the small bundle in here and a couple of loose turns. See if we got materials all around, and we're gonna tighten this one in. And just take my dubbing needle here. And we're gonna cut off this excess material in the basket. Such a mess. If you don't hit your waste basket. Got some nice waste basket. Don't. I'm gonna cover them all here. It's actually quite nice. It's foam from a Pikefly. Weighs nothing, and it costs around Oh, what's that in euros? I don't know. 35 Danish kroners. About 4.5 euros. I think it's about that. 4.5, 5 euros maybe. I'm just gonna take my clamp it down here. I'm just gonna tighten this one in. And then we're gonna take some of this Icelandic sheep again. And we just have to comb all this underfur out. We don't need that. And again, we're going to take the long fibers out of this sheep wool, but this time I'm going to bring them back. I'm not throwing them away. And then we're going to cover up this gap between the two hooks with some more materials. And some super glue. Just gonna tie this one up. It doesn't matter. It's just some fillings. And I'm gonna take this golden black string again. And we're gonna take some tight turns with this. Just forming a small body on the fly. Like that. Just bring my thread back here. And folding this one back. So, cut off the excess material. And then we're gonna bring out the black bucktail from the side of the bucktail. Nice little bundle here. And again, just fold it around the hook. couple of loose turns. I'll have to twist the thread. Couple of loose turns and just feeling and checking if it's okay. Could be a little longer back here. Seems quite good. And we're gonna tie this one in good and strong. And we're gonna grab our super glue and we're gonna glue the thread. It's not that easy to get your brush or your needle in there, so just some glue on the thread will do it. So, like that, and we're gonna cut off the excess material. And we're gonna take our flash, some lateral scale in black, just 2-3 strands will do it, or 3 here, so we can do one on the top, just drag it a little bit here. Same length at the fly, and fold this little tweezer back, and the same on the side. Fold it back, and the same on the other side. And fold it back, so like that. And I'm gonna take my copper dubbing just some copper with some UV and some stuff like that in there. This is you can actually tie pretty good long flies with this flash. It's 15-inch long, 60 centimeters. So it's quite nice. I'm going to take the rest and tie that into. There's so much of it, so 15 inches, that's a lot. That's a lot of flash going into a fly. Like that. And then we're going to take our string again tie that one in. And then we're gonna get ready to finish up the fly, make the head with some bobtail and some black craft fur in a dubbing loop, forming the end of the head, and just finishing off the fly with some orange, fluorescent orange 9mm eyes. So like this. And I'm gonna fold this back, and we're just gonna make a base for making the head. So I'm gonna cut off the excess material, don't need that. I'm just gonna comb, sorry for that, just gonna comb this a bit. That's a good size fly here. I didn't get all the materials on the hook or in the clamp. So I'm gonna take my bucktail again. Then we're gonna use a good amount of bucktail here in the end. Just take out all this underfur. If there's any bad fibers, get them out. And then we're gonna tie in this big bundle of bucktail as a head. Probably too much, but I think I'll do. And we're gonna twist the thread, put some super glue on the thread, and just work this thread into these fibers. So we're sure we're gonna tie them in good and firmly. So let it sit for a minute, or half minute, and then we're gonna cut off the excess material as close as possible to the hook. I'm just gonna remove my light a little bit. So, and we're just gonna tie this one in. I just lost my thread here. So, and we're gonna super glue this little sucker too. Sorry for that. And then I'm gonna form a doping loop here. Like that. And then I'm gonna take my twister, put it on here, put the thread on hold, like that. And then just gonna make a small knot here, so it won't run anywhere. Just need a couple of drink, some cola. And then I'm gonna take my black craft fur, and then I'm gonna find the piece I need. Just need to cleanse this brush out. As you can see, I have brushed it all the same way, but what I'll do, I'll turn it around and brush it firmly the other way, just a small amount at a time, so I can see I got the amount of craft fur I need for the fly. Just hold it here and just